Well, hello there. It's Crystal with Coffee Grind Gossip. I know it's been a while, but I want to get into this subject. Don't want to waste any time. Wage stagnation. I want to explain very simple what it is. Some of you all may know what it is, but a lot of you don't. It's actually relating to this crazy inflation that we're dealing with. So stay tuned. And this is a good one. And please take notes. Okay, so wage stagnation, let me do a simple explanation. This pretty much happens when your paid wages don't increase as fast as inflation increases. In other words, we all get a yearly increase, measly what, 3%, 3 pennies on the dollar. So here's the thing, about the time you get your increase, your raise on your check, the inflation of, let's say, gas, food, electric, insurance has already gone up. So now you have a pay raise here, but then the inflation is here. So that's what I mean by stagnation. And this is what we're all going through. Let me do a really bit simple breakdown for you. Check this out. If you just look at this simple example, and it really explains, here's your pay. Okay, and here's the inflation. That's skyrocket. And by the way, inflation is not going to go down no time soon. Even if you get a 3% raise, pay increase, well, again, like I said, by the time you get this, these items have already gone up. Rent, taxes, food, gas, you name it. Somebody even mentioned car insurance is high. Everything is high. So here's where we are with our wage stagnation, which means your wages really, it goes up, but it doesn't go up. It's pretty much, you know, at a standstill, at the same. And when you really do enough, here's a good breakdown. Hang on, let me just get this here for you. For example, okay, you make $15 an hour. Job gives you 3% raise. This is how you do your breakdown. $15 times 0.03. Make sure your formula is like this. Make sure, okay? Equals 45 cents. So that's your new raise per hour, 45 cents, which means your new hourly wage is $15.45. Really? Okay, what you gonna do with that? So you get $15.45 times 8, which is an hour's pay. So you see that $3.60 I got highlighted? That is your actual raise. Now before it was at 120. So with the new raise, it's the $3.60, so it's 123.60. So that's how you determine. I'm going to try to see if I can link in the there's a calculator that you can Google, that you can do your own raise as well. So that's one of the that's one thing you want to keep in mind. Okay, this is just a basic example of what we're going through with wage stagnation. So I always say to myself, okay, I'm getting a raise, but if I'm getting a raise, so are these items here. Okay, and I pay property taxes, and that went up too as well. Okay, so I hope that explains wage stagnation. Before I continue, I was talking to a friend that we used to work at one of the banks a long time ago. She came across one of my videos. The title is "I'm Too Broke to Budget." Yes, and here's my response, and this is what she said. It was very, very interesting. She loved the video, but here was her response. She said, "Crystal, with all due respect, I love the video, but it's just impossible for me to even save $5 in this economy. Every time I get paid, it's already gone. Even if I watch other YouTube videos on finance and budget and saving, so on and so forth. Saving money like I used to is just not my reality. Okay, so this was my response to this this comment. Okay, so if you can buy stuff, things that has no value, if you can spend money on stuff that's not going to benefit you, if you're going to spend money on stuff such as gotta have that purse, gotta have go out to restaurants knowing that you can't afford to buy. If you're going to spend money on items that just doesn't benefit your life, then you can take that same money and you can put it up in an account emergency fund. Y'all know I'm always talking about emergency fund. I don't just say emergency. I don't just throw that term out there lightly, because it's dead ass serious important to have an emergency fund, because that's going to be your financial backbone. Whereas yes, the economy is rough. When you understand inflation, and when you understand the different types of inflation, then you'll get a good understanding as to why you have to save. You have to save money. So I get a lot of comments like that, and there's no judgment, and she's probably right. It's probably her reality, but it honestly just doesn't have to be a reality, because let's face it, when country is going to, should I say hell in a handbasket, economy wise? Well, a lot of you are going to agree with me anyway, but I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't rock with politics on my channel, because my channel is more of an encouraging empowerment. Don't matter who the sitting president is, I'm going to tell you right now, nothing is not going to be a big change. You see the riffraff that's going on right now. You see, I don't know what it's almost like I don't even know what Trump is doing anymore. Every time I turn around, he's got a pen signing something. But here's the thing: we got to take accountability and watch and learn. Okay, and like I said, I love doing videos like this, and sometimes it's not easy, but if I can reach out, encourage somebody to learn. Okay, look, I don't mean to change the subject, but getting back to our comment, you know what? You gotta make saving an addiction. You gotta make saving something an addiction. Now, if you are into investments, that's fine. Please, you notice I don't talk a lot about getting into investment of portfolios and stuff, 401k. You got professionals that can guide you through there. Nothing wrong with investment, but you got to know what you're doing, because it is tricky, risky, and you don't want to be, well, we all know what happened in 2008, okay? Remember that, okay? But wage stagnation is nothing more than your pay trying to keep up with the inflation, paycheck inflation, get a raise inflation, get a raise inflation. So there's no where you're going to go. So it's stagnation right there. Stagnation is nothing new. It's been going on since in the 70s. I didn't even know that. I had to research that. I'm thinking, oh well, this probably happened in the 80s. Now this goes way back. When you really think about it, all my people who's been teenagers in the early 80s, like me, when we got our first apartment, I remember rent was like $370, $350, or well, at least for a studio. So when I hear people say what things cost back then, but you got to understand, look how much we were making back then. We were making $3.75, almost $4 an hour. $3.75. Let me think now. Yeah, those were 30 years ago. So I don't know, when you think about it, if you make $30 an hour, okay, and but your liability is about to catch up with your assets, meaning income, money, and bills. So it becomes a struggle. But again, like I said, with wage stagnation, so what's the how do we fix it? You really can't fix it, but you can control your spending. You can control what you put money into, and y'all, education is the most important thing to keep you on. I do this video. Hey, listen. I know what it's like to go to work, and when you get paid, half your pay is gone because it has to cover your overdraft fee. 10 years ago, I wasn't that good with my money 10, 15 years ago. So when accountability kicked in, education kicked in, financial literacy kicked in, that's why I can come on here and tell you the most important of having an emergency fund. So, but only thing I can say when I get responses like that, and I think some people, that some inflation got them so in the uproar, they don't even, they just pretty much give up. They start living on the edge, but you know, it's always hope. It's always hope, you know. So that's my cup of coffee conversation for today. Just drop it in the comments if you have any other suggestions you want me to do, any questions for me. I'll be so glad to help you. Till then, you guys have a blessed day. Take care.